I think it's safe to say that 2024 will go down as one of the best years for music. For me, personally. I mean, I've never heard so much music, so much good music in the span of 12 months the way I have this year, man. From receiving beautiful bodies of work from today's top artists, discovering new talent, and even discovering underrated gems from the past. My 2024 experience has been beautiful, man, and I want to share that beauty with y'all before the year wraps up. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before we do, welcome back to my childish nature, man. How you been? I ain't seen y'all in like 4 months, man. Forgot my password. Crazy. But we back now, and we back better than ever. So if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, man. Let YouTube know I'm one of them, because it's only getting better from here. Now with that being said, let's get into it.
Let's begin now.
Starting this off, we have to talk about these throwback albums, man. These slept-on throwback albums. Starting off with Vanessa Carlton. Now, I don't know how many videos I have to make to express just how much I love this woman's first 3 albums. 2 videos and a short. Here goes the 4th one, because I love this woman's first 3 albums, man. So just to sum up my recent feelings for these projects, Heroes and Thieves is my favorite by far, but all 3 albums are a beautiful mix of alternative pop / rock sounds with some orchestral influence mixed into it. Just beautiful pieces of work, man. I truly recommend you go listen to this woman's work, as well as Gavin DeGraw. Now, if you watch my video of me ranking his album after 6 out of 10, let me take that back. Not to say that this album sounds anything extravagant, because I still stand on the fact that this sounds like standard 2000s alternative music. But after a few more listens, man, I gotta boost up the score from a 6 to at least an 8, because I just love the sound of this album, man. Like, the vibes are perfect for like a cloudy, rainy day. And not on anything depressing, it's just got a great, mellow, smooth, chill vibe, man. Outside of Chemical Party and I Don't Want to Be Anything, this is a beautiful piece of work, man. And Tiffany Evans. How many of y'all remember Tiffany Evans, man? Oh my goodness. Tiffany's self-titled debut album is such an underrated gem, man. It's such a fun, bubbly vibe, bro. The melodies, her singing, the beats, bro. This all just such fun, teen boppy 2000s music, bro. I don't listen to this album so many times by now, it's insane. And I will continue to do so, because this album is it just feels so good to listen to, man. Now, staying in the 2000s vibe with a more updated feel, we have Money Long's new album, Revenge. And I am so surprised I have not heard anybody else talk about this album, man. This chick came into 2024 swinging with Made For Me. That song was literally everywhere. You could not escape it. To come in like that for her album to seemingly fall on deaf ears is just crazy to me. But I gave this album a listen, and I'm gonna give my opinion. It's solid, you know what I'm saying? It's a solid piece of work. The first 5 songs on this album, she comes in swinging, man. They all hit, with 30s and Revenge being the highlights of those 5. But then, I cannot lie, she kind of lose me with the next 4. It's not necessarily that they're bad songs, they just not my vibe, you know what I'm saying? Now she does come back to save the album with the final 5. All 5 solid tracks. Just an overall solid piece of work that, if you have the chance to, I suggest you go listen. Now, I also listened to Summer Walker's EP, which I know came out last year, but I heard it this year, so I'm gonna talk about it. She came on this EP with a more neo soul type vibe, and hey, she got me. I'm a sucker for neo soul, so you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this project overall holds some of my favorite Summer Walker songs. The beats mashed together with Summer's soothing voice, man. It's an enjoyable listen. There's not much I can say other than that, man. It's an enjoyable listen. It's a summer project, so you know what to expect with the subject matter, but still, it's enjoyable, man. Now, getting into somebody who has the same vibes as Summer, but on the gospel side, we have CJ with Eternity. Now, CJ is somebody who just randomly popped up on my feed. I did not go searching for this, but I'm happy I gave it a listen, because this woman's album is so refreshing, man. So soothing and refreshing. Getting to listen to modern R&B without all the explicitness, without all the extra bullcrap that comes with it, you know what I'm saying? This woman put out a 6-song project with the only purpose of praising the Lord, and I can't do nothing but respect it, man. We have Impossible, which is a beautiful listen. Love Is, which is short but sweet. Praise, which has the bounce of something from like 2015, but you know what I'm saying, it's still a good song, still hit. Then we have Songs 51, both original and piano version, and Eternity, the album title track. 2 of the best songs on the album, no debate, man. Regardless if you're religious or not, if you need some feel-good, uplifting R&B, go check out CJ's, man. And while you're at it, you might as well go check out Madison Ryan Words, A New Thing. Another lovely gospel R&B album, man. This one being a lot more jam-packed, 22 songs, dear Lord. Now, I've never been a fan of long albums. With each one I listen to, I always feel like there's always a few songs you could have left out, and this one is no exception, but it's still an enjoyable listen nonetheless. This woman's voice is so rich and soothing to the ears. Out of every singer that I've talked about thus far, I feel like she has one of my favorite voices. Not to say that she out here hitting high notes like Tiffany or anybody else. It's just, like I said, it's the tone of her voice, man. It's just so rich and soothing. This woman brings together gospel and R&B in a way that feels like a soothing, warm blanket and some hot cocoa on a cold day. Now, let's get a little more punk with Rachel Chino-Riri's album, What a Devastating Turn of Events. Now, this is the most recent album I've listened to, and I've got to say, as somebody who's never heard of this woman before, I'm impressed. She manages to bring 2000s punk and alternative sound into the modern day without sounding as cookie cutter as somebody like Machine Gun Kelly. Now, that's not to say that every song off this album sounds like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the intro sounds like something straight out of 2014. Like, I can vividly see this being something off of The Fault of Our Stars soundtrack. Near the end, we get a lot more acoustic, a lot more indie, you know what I'm saying? The back end of this album holding some of my favorite songs. A solid body of work, you know what I'm saying? She sounds very comfortable in this lane, and I mess with it. Now, let's get into rap. J. Cole's My Delete Later is the first rap album I've heard this year, and it's alright, you know what I'm saying? I gotta say, some of his best rapping has been on this project, and I can't do nothing but salute it, you know what I'm saying? Especially on Pie, listen, Pie is one of the best rap songs of this year. There is no debate. Absol and Daylight, you already know they was gonna go off. But then J. Cole comes in with some of his best wordplay, cadence, flows that we've heard in so long. Actually, ever. If only he could have kept this up and not gave us Fever, of all things. Lil Uzi dropped Eternal with Take 2. Rod Wave dropped Last Lap, you know what I'm saying? And I cannot lie, bro. I'm kind of disappointed in this album, man. For something called Last Lap, assuming that this will be one of your last projects, man. This is kind of going out on a whimper, I'm gonna be real. And this is coming from somebody who loved nostalgia back in 2023, you know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to nostalgia from front to back on a consistent basis. I cannot say the same for this album. I cannot do the same for this album. For the simple fact that this album is the first time I have to question Rod Wave's ability to sing. Because what is Spaceship? What in the world is Bachelor, bro? Now, an album that wasn't a step down? Chromacopia. You gotta give it to Tyler, man. He's been consistently giving out great bodies of work. In Chromacopia, this is cinematic. This album straps you up and takes you on a ride through Tyler's mind and insecurities. Most things about this album executed beautifully. Other things, not so much, man. I'ma be real. I am not trying to hear about your sexual escapades, Tyler. I don't want to hear that. Judge Judy was not needed. The second half of Sticky, I promise you I didn't need that. And last but not least, Kendrick Lamar's DMX, man. After an entire year of bullying Drake, dude did not let his foot off the gas when it came to being on timing. Throughout the entire track list, he is on timing. From Wiped Out Murals, Squabble Up, Hey Now, TV Off, Luther, Heart Part 6. At this point, I've listened to this album once myself, and about 30 times watching reactors. And I'm still not tired of it. Keep it going. And with that, let's move on to the singles because I've been talking about albums for about 2 hours now, man. I'm tired. Starting this off with Lil Mosey. Yes, Mr. Vocal Like the Man actually dropped a hitter this year, man. Lil Mosey's Planet is not something I planned on having in my rotation this year, but I can't deny it, man. It hit. With Planet, he delivered a nice, vibey luxury rap song that I could not stop listening to, bro. Shout out Mosey for this one, man. J. Cole and T Grizzly dropped a hit with Blow for Blow, where J. Cole surprisingly got out-rapped. J. Cole came on this track talking, but T Grizzly came on this track talking, you know what I'm saying? But when it came to Daylight's Color Greens, it seems like it's a bit of a 50-50 thing for people. Some people say Daylight got it, some people say J. Cole got it. For me, bar-wise, Daylight is on a different level. When it came to cadence and everything else, that's J. Cole. Speaking of Daylight, I'm happy to finally see him get his flowers, man. He's been underground and underrated for far too long. But while we at it, I would love to see other rappers get their time to shine, like Yanni. Just found this dude about 2 weeks ago with Hood Spirituals. And my lord, do this dude need more recognition, bro. Go listen to Hood Spirituals. That's all I gotta tell you, man. The music and visuals are way too cold to just have 10K views. That is egregious for somebody moving like this. It needs to change. So let's throw Iliwa in there with Say Nothing. For the past few years, rap fans have been talking about how they're sick of the Megan Thee Stallions, the Sexy Reds, the Cardi B's. Well, this woman is none of that. Rapping with actual meaning behind it. And then she sprinkled in a little bit of singing on top of that. She remind me of a modern day Lauryn Hill. 2024 for me was like the year of finding underrated talent, man. For instance, Victoria Justice. Yeah, a lot of people don't know she still make music. And a lot of people are still holding on to that We All Sing comment from 12, 15 years ago. I'm gonna tell you right now, throw that to the side. Sit down and put on some new Victoria Justice, man. As a newly independent artist, Victoria decided to drop not one, but 2 hits this year, with Raw and Down. Both songs giving us a side of Victoria that we have never seen before, a more mature side. No more is she held down by Nickelodeon trying to make her a Katy Perry clone. We got Victoria for real now. I found out about Cleo Soul this year. Thank you, Sonya. Recommending Fear When You Fly. Amazing song. Just an amazing song. I don't know how else to describe it, man. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. I will definitely be checking out some of her projects later on, man. I found this woman named Pasha randomly with her song Carry You Home. And immediately I was hooked to this woman's music, man. I went to go check out more of her songs and turned out she only had like 5 more. She just started singing this year. But even with an early career, she's still managing to make hits like Still Cry, Silver Screen, Paper Route, Needs. I gotta say, man, other than her strange marketing, this woman is going somewhere. And I'm here for the ride. And since I found Pasha, YouTube has just been throwing underground artists at me. Like the Ren with Redwood Trees. This sound is more acoustic, more chill. This sounds exactly like something you hear in one of those low-key, chill indie movies from back in like the 2000s or something. I personally love them vibes, so this song is right up my alley. So the Ren, you got another fan right here. I'm waiting for another song, man. Chai Steele. She is by far my favorite underground finding this year, man. With her songs like Real Things, Away, Again, she got it. Simple as that. Another one that not only sings, but raps too. She be doing these sessions where she performs some of these songs live. This woman's music needs to be bigger than what it is. There's no reason why somebody performing like this is only getting a couple hundred views. And to end my underground journey, I found this French artist by the name of Camille Yembi with her song Plastic. And this song is pure vibes, man. Put it on, you feel like you're floating in a night sky just full of bliss. Just vibing, bro. And that's all it can be because I don't know what she's saying. Not a word. Hey, man, the language barrier is not gonna stop me from vibing, man. It's not gonna stop me from finding some good music. And it definitely didn't stop me from finding Double. After learning the story of Double, which I explained in this short, go check it out. Yeah, I grew very interested and just had to go check out this woman's music. A woman known as the queen of Japanese R&B. And after listening to songs like Who's That Girl, Strange Things, Angel, Love of Mine, Little Things You Do, I completely understand the title given to this woman. Double was a great old school find, man. Along with Billy Lawrence with Happiness. This song has been one of my favorite finds this year, man. I was vibing with this song off my first listen. Sitting there wondering why didn't this woman take off in the 90s? Then I found out she was signed to Bad Boy. I get it. And it's a shame too because Happiness is such a fun, loving, just a warm feeling song, man. Like this song is just so nice, man. You can't help but smile when you hear it. And there goes my 2024 musical journey, man. One of my favorite years for music, hands down. I don't know any other year that could compare. People like bringing up 2016. Please. I hope you enjoyed hearing me rave about music for however long this video is. And if you did, I know you'll enjoy this video. Whatever this video is. I don't know which one I put up, but this right here.